Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 43rd Annual Pete ARRAS Memorial Basketball Tournament, hosted by the Batavia Lions Club. My name is Alex Brasky, alongside my partner in crime, AJ Cybulski, who will join us in a bit to provide his preview of tonight's matchup, and will also recap the action from earlier this afternoon and evening. This event is named after the late Pete ARRAS, a man who helped create and run this event for nearly 40 years. ARRAS passed away in 2016 after a life of service to the Batavia community, which included time as a school principal and president of the Batavia Lions Club. Before we get too deep into tonight's broadcast, let us first thank our sponsors here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network, beginning with our timeout sponsor, which you'll hear plenty from tonight, Crazy Cheap Cars. At Crazy Cheap Cars, they are the ultimate in price and selection. Find your next vehicle at crazycheapcars.com, where they carry over 150 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, the most of any dealer in the Genesee region. At Crazy Cheap Cars, they need your trade-in and will pay top dollar for your trade. So give them a call at 585-948-8000, or better yet, they'll see you right here. Also, Zoom Total Fitness, fitness for all levels, personal training, cross-training, bodybuilding, powerlifting, and yoga, 24/7 access with only $35 per month in membership fees. New equipment in a super clean facility, training, classes, infrared sauna, and more. 585-861-8995. Also, our scoreboard sponsor, which you'll see on the scoreboard throughout tonight's contest. Are you looking to kickstart your career in health and physical education? Look no further than GCC. Whether you dream of teaching, coaching, personal training, or sports management, GCC has the programs to prepare you for jobs that are in high demand. Take advantage of a high-quality curriculum, excellent faculty, experiential learning, and great facilities. Join them at GCC and be the game changer you've always wanted to be. Also, Hans Moeller Jewelers, their specialty is custom bridal and special occasion jewelry, as well as maintaining a large inventory of pre-made fashion jewelry and everyday gifts. Their goal is to provide heirloom quality jewelry and exceptional service while keeping prices at an affordable level. Visit Hans Moeller Jewelers, located in Attica, or call today, 585-591-1440. The Batavia Daily and Livingston County News are your most comprehensive sources for local sports in the Glow region. If you would like to sponsor one of our live streams, please contact Bridget or Jamie at 585-343-8000. They are your media and digital consultants. Once again, this is the nightcap of the 43rd Annual Pete ARRAS Memorial Tournament. Batavia taking on Attica. Alex Brasky alongside AJ Cybulski. Before we get to AJ's game preview, let's go through a bit of tournament history. Started in 1982, the first annual Lions Club tournament featured Byron Burgeon, Notre Dame, Batavia, and Albion as its original members. The Bees won the first ever Lions Club crown over Albion and would go on to win each of the first three tournament titles. It took until 1985 for the Blue Devils to meet the Irish in the final game, when ND handled Batavia 65-52. 2 years later, it was Batavia's turn to finally break through with their first Lions Club title. The Devils edged the Irish in overtime 61-53 in the 1989 title game, which was not only Batavia's first ever Lions Club tournament championship, but it was the first of back-to-back titles for Batavia. After their consecutive titles, the Blue Devils would go on to win 15 of the next 21 tournaments and held a streak of 8 straight championships until their first-round loss at the hands of University Prep of Rochester in 2014. Prior to that loss, Batavia last lost a tournament game in 2003, and since that loss, Batavia hadn't lost a tournament game until their first-round defeat at the hands of Attica in 2021. Originally a 4-team format, the tournament was adjusted to an 8-team event in 2018, featuring the small school and large school bracket that remains in place today. Leroy, Roy Hart, Oakfield, Alabama, Attica, and Elba have remained in the tournament since the format was adjusted to 8 teams, while Alexander joined the fold shortly thereafter. Perry and Mount Morris have also participated since going to 8 teams, Perry in 2019 and Mount Morris in 2018. After a continuous stretch since the event's inception, the tournament was canceled during the 2020 season due to the COVID-19 pandemic before Oakfield, Alabama and Leroy took home the titles in 2021. Notre Dame and Batavia won the titles during the 2022 season, while Batavia won its second straight crown last year, along with Alexander, both of whom hope to defend their titles in the large school and small school brackets respectively. So pregame introductions well underway here as Batavia being introduced. Starters for Attica tonight, Logan Albano, Blake Kynes, Justin Stockweather, Joshua Deal, and Carter Gorski. Attica, coached by Rob Crowley. Batavia, who is under the leadership of interim head coach Anthony Macaluso. The starters for the Blue Devils, Brady Mazer, Casey Mazer, Carter Mullen, Justin Smith, and Gavin White. We'll take a break for the national anthem. All right, we're just about ready to go. AJ, welcome in. And why don't you give the people a quick breakdown of what to expect here between the Blue Devils and the Blue Devils.
Yeah, so Batavia will enter tonight's matchup at 2-2. But without longtime head coach Buddy Brasky, he is in attendance, but he is not coaching. So interim head coach Anthony Macaluso will try to lead the squad to a tournament championship. They're trying to defend their title from a year ago. Macaluso previously served as an assistant under Brasky in previous seasons and was most recently the Leroy JV coach in 2023-2024.
Smith and Gorski, ball is up. We're ready to go here at GCC.
Batavia is led by Carter Mullen, Justin Smith, Gavin White, and the Mazer brothers, Casey and Brady. Mullen scored a team-high 21 points in a win versus Sunny Isles Falls Lima.
And there he is to start things off. A three-point play opportunity coming up.
While White added 20 points. And like I mentioned, Blue Devils 2-2 going into this matchup. Attica, on the other hand, going under a bit of a transition, losing several key starters, including Jack Janes, Cole Harding, and Clayton Bizon. They started their season with a 66-51 victory over Byron Burgeon.
Get our clock and scoreboard set here.
But lost to a tough Alexander team, 50-33, to enter the tournament at 1-1. Led by head coach Rob Crowley. Carter Gorski is the leading scorer for Attica, scoring 25 points in the team's win over Byron Burgeon. Blake Kynes, the big man, finished with a double-double in both contests for the Blue Devils and is an interior force. And again, Attica, 1-1 and playing Batavia right now in the first round of the Pete ARRAS Memorial Tournament.
Gorski fouled, he'll head to the line. Attica without one of its starters in this game, Timothy Lamparelli. As he is, I believe, on a band trip. I think the Attica band, which is one of the finest in the area, goes away on trips during the Christmas break. And as you see, as Gavin White converts the layup, as you see with multi-sport and dual sport athletes, it's a similar situation when you're in the band or the chorus. You sometimes have other responsibilities and you have to split the time between the two. As Lamparelli, the only player listed on my roster not in attendance tonight, so by process of elimination, I believe that is who my informant, Coach Rob Crowley, was referring to earlier today when he told me they'd be without one of their starters in this one. So Justin Smith on the reverse lay-in makes it a 5-point Batavia game. And this Attica team, AJ, for the past number of years has been one of the best in the area under Coach Crowley. He's really built it into a strong program. And last year was kind of their finest moment as Smith goes for the dunk, doesn't get it, and White collects the rebound, and that leads to an Attica timeout. Although Attica didn't reach the heights that they wanted to last year, the talent on display game in and game out was perhaps the best we've seen from an Attica team in quite some time, as this timeout brought to you by CrazyCheapCars.com. And a lot of times when you have that much talent on the floor and that much senior leadership, it can lead to a tough transition, and that's what Coach Crowley and company are going through this season, and it's going to be on these kids, namely Carter Gorski, to help lead them through what's expected to be a sizable transition, as Gorski, one of the holdovers from last year's squad, really contributed to their success. And he, as AJ mentioned, is one of the leaders of this Blue Devils team, while Kynes, a newcomer, has really hit the ground running. You see how well-sized he is, number 13 over there inside. So if they can work the two-man game, they can have a chance to compete in this one. But Batavia out to an early 7-point lead. And an offensive foul as Smith takes the charge. And on the other side of things, Coach Brasky not coaching today. Recently underwent a medical procedure. So he is out, but stubborn ass that he is, couldn't keep him out of the gym, AJ.
Gotta watch his ball club.
Casey Mazer for three. Not sure what he has against the Batavia Daily News Sports Network and our commentary, but I guess wanted to be here in person. Kynes can't get the putback. White on the rebound. In transition, Mullen can't get the reverse lay-in. Winner of this game will take on Leroy in the title game. Leroy powered through Roy Hart in their first round matchup, a 27-point win for the Knights, as a nice move from Gorski in the post.
Yeah, good drop step, good patience, good finish.
Brady Mazer for three. No good. Kynes collects the rebound and knocks it off White. It'll go to Batavia. Heady play there from Blake Kynes, as we have an early substitution for Attica. I don't have a number 2 on my roster. Perhaps a JV call up here, AJ, as the Blue Devils short-staffed here tonight. We'll have to listen in for the PA if he's announced again. Deep three, no good, off the mark. And out of bounds from Stockweather. Goes back to Batavia. Isaac Varland into the game for Batavia. Gavin White will take a break. For Leroy, go ahead, AJ.
Was Gavin White on the team last year? Do you know? 'Cause I'm
JV. I think
Okay, so
he
he's-
mixed between JV and varsity.
okay, because he's a another big body to add to Justin Smith down there. I knew Justin Smith obviously from last year, but Gavin White into the mix. That's a pretty big duo down there in the low block and the paint.
Yeah, Batavia lost a couple players, namely Estevan Lovett, Joe Marenko, a few others I can't recall off the top of my head. And as Mazer knocks down the jumper, and that kind of left a crowded roster, and rather than White seeing limited time on the varsity, he went down to the JV and really learned to dominate offensively, and you've seen him this year already, 2 20-point performances. Bounce into Kynes, no good. Rebound from Aiden Copper. Copper works as hard as anybody on the floor, really earns his minutes with effort. Is that one out of bounds? Another sub on for Batavia. Ty Joya into the game. So wholesale substitutions nearly for Batavia. The Mazers remain on the floor. And a big week for the Mazers. Not only is it Lions Club tournament week, it's the holiday season. Their father, Brad Mazer, was recently confirmed as Genesee County Undersheriff. So congrats to the Mazer family. Kynes tried to feed it inside, but Brady Mazer, was there to knock it away. Varland puts it on the floor, into the corner. Joya for 3, no good. 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Gorski, 3 ball, no good. Copper on the board. Copper streaking down the lane, gets the finish.
Yeah, tough start for Attica offensively. 4 points here with 2:36 left in this first quarter.
Nice job by Stockweather recognizing his team not in their rhythm offensively, finding a way to get to the free throw line. But misses the first. I've seen a lot of missed free throws here tonight, and you wonder if it has anything to do with the unique backdrop behind the basket. You have the little bit of room underneath, maybe creates an optical illusion. And the more vast gymnasium also plays into things. You often see that during the NCAA tournament when, as Stockweather 0 for 2, but Gorski on the rebound, the fadeaway, no good. See that in the NCAA tournament, AJ, when teams go from their home gymnasium to arena-based settings, and shooting can sometimes take a little while to come around.
Yeah, my dad always talked about growing up that he was a better shooter when there was a wall behind the hoop and it wasn't open, so definitely plays a major role. Also, I played at Buff State, which was like the same thing as this, very open, and so it was definitely an adjustment to walk onto the Buff State floor compared to the local high schools I went up against each week.
AJ, a Lakeshore graduate of Section 6. Getting a true taste of Section 5 basketball this last year at the Batavia Daily News.
Absolutely.
Some sad news, though, AJ. We're going to be losing you at the Batavia Daily News here soon as you head back to school for your degree in childhood education. It's been a good experience. We've had a pleasure having you aboard as Copper lays it in, but you're in your last few weeks here as a timeout called by Coach Crowley.
Yeah, it was a great experience covering the Genesee region, and I'm going to go put myself more in debt and pursue a education degree and hopefully become a teacher.
Buff State, go Bengals?
Buff State, go Bengals.
See, I'm Cougars through and through. as a GCC alumnus as AJ tries to block out my school pride here, but rightfully so, as we thank Crazy Cheap Cars, the ultimate in price and selection. Find your next vehicle at crazycheapcars.com, where they carry over 150 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs of any dealer in the Genesee region. And something special here this evening, AJ. Our first cheerleading squad. Always good to have the cheerleaders. Head coach Cody Grazio Plain and company, bringing the Batavia pride, dressed to the nines, as is per usual for Ms. Grazio Plain. I'm not sure if she's single, but if she is, guys, hit her up. Cody, one of my good friends, so just busting her chops there. Apparently not good friends enough. I don't know if she's in a relationship or not.
Yeah, clear.
I haven't seen her in a while. I've been laying low, AJ.
Laying low.
Laying low. That one bounced off the leg of Gorski, and it will go back to Batavia. Strong coaching staff for this Attica team. Not only do you have Coach Crowley, who is a 900-plus point scorer, you have Attica alums Ian Romesser, Nick Pearl, and Chad Winkleman. 3-ball from Grady Hemmer. 3 strong former Attica athletes in their own right. Winkleman, the former Pembroke varsity baseball coach. Romesser and Pearl graduated just a few years ago. And Pearl's father, who I can't recall his first name, was the longtime assistant of Coach Crowley, who I believe ended his run of being on the bench last season, at the end of last season, as White finishes inside.
Yeah, White's going to be a problem. He is solid.
Gorski, no good. Hemmer on the rebound, and that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. Batavia leads it 23-4. I'd like to thank our sponsors. We've told you about Crazy Cheap Cars. We'll tell you again momentarily. But first, we'd like to thank Zoom Total Fitness. Fitness for all levels. Personal training, cross-training, bodybuilding, powerlifting, and yoga. 24/7 access with only $35 per month in membership fees. New equipment in a super clean facility, training classes, infrared sauna, and more. 585-861-8995. Also, our scoreboard sponsor, Genesee Community College. Are you looking to kickstart your career in health and physical education? Look no further than GCC. Whether you dream of teaching, coaching, personal training, or sports management, GCC has the programs to prepare you for jobs that are in high demand. Take advantage of a high-quality curriculum, excellent faculty, experiential learning, and great facilities. Join us at GCC and be the game changer you've always wanted to be. To learn more, visit genesee.edu/phys ed. Also, Hans Moeller Jewelers. Their specialty is custom-made bridal and special occasion jewelry, as well as maintaining a large inventory of pre-made fashion jewelry and everyday gifts. Their goal is to provide heirloom quality jewelry and exceptional service while keeping prices at an affordable level. Visit Hans Moeller Jewelers, located in Attica, or call today, 585-591-1440.
Black Eyed Peas, baby. Classic.
All right, beginning of the second quarter. Bounced into Kynes. Turnaround jumper is good. Good start to the second for Attica. Number 2 for Attica, by the way, AJ, Noah Sabatino. I believe the son of former Attica football coach Caleb Sabatino. I'm going to go out on a limb on that one. Like you did the other night. We won't rehash that again, though. Gorski inside, rejected by Smith. Kevin White looked like he was trying the alley-oop to Smith there. Instead, they'll settle for the lay-in.
That might cause a substitution.
30 seconds.
We'll thank our timeout sponsor, Crazy Cheap Cars, the ultimate in price and selection. Find your next vehicle at crazycheapcars.com, where they carry over 150 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs of any dealer in the Genesee region. And they need your trade-in. Top dollar will be paid for your trade, so give them a call at 585-948-8000. Or better yet, they'll see you right here. So 6:57 remaining in this first half. It's 25-6. Attica trying to hang in there. An undermanned Attica team.
And you see Gavin White back to the bench after the failed alley-oop attempt. Coach probably wanted him to take the easy points.
Yeah, it might not be the time for that in the second quarter. Start going and one style off the backboard. And also, I've always felt as an athlete, as the reverse layup, and we have another bench warning. I think we've had a bench warning in every game tonight. I think Coach Macaluso may have been standing where he wasn't supposed to. I'm not sure. But as I was saying, as Casey Mazer knocks down the three, I always felt as an athlete you want to do the bank off the backboard stuff, not when you're up by 20. You want to do it kind of at the end of a close game when you get a run out.
Kind of put the nail in the coffin.
Right. Kind of rings hollow when you have a sizable lead and also relatively unsportsmanlike.
Correct.
Not that I think that was White's intent, probably just trying to have a little bit of fun, but sometimes you have to keep yourself in check.
Coach Brasky behind him right now.
Maniac, not White. And behind Coach Brasky, we have a familiar face in this tournament's history. Two, actually. Two. The Red Band brothers, Tom and Jeff. Tom, former Elba girls varsity basketball coach, led them to several sectional titles. I want to say 4, could be 5. And Jeff, a 1,000-point scorer, I believe, at Batavia. And he also holds Batavia's single-game scoring record with 50-some-odd points. And Jeff, most well-known as a three-ball from the corner, is good. Adrian Martinez knocks it down. Jeff Redband, most well-known for as a sophomore or freshman, was called up for Batavia during the Far West Regional Contest at Blue Cross Arena and hit a buzzer beater to beat Olean and send Batavia to the state Final Four. That shot was the shot heard around the world as it was on SportsCenter's top 10. AJ thinks it was a travel. I think you're talking about the guy who brought the ball up the court, perhaps.
Yeah.
He lost control of the ball. You can't call it travel when you lose control of the ball. Section 6 bias showing through. It's not the only bias we've seen here at GCC tonight. Mazer, no good. Kynes on the rebound. Down the lane, nice finish from Kynes. He's got a nice little game, and you can tell a budding star as White finishes on the other end. Three ball, no good. Good crowds here tonight, AJ. The first game struggled a little bit, but 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday, it's a little bit tough for the fans. But every game afterward has had a good crowd on both sides of the bleachers. I don't know, AJ. Maybe we'll see this place completely packed to the gills on Monday, but I think gone are the days of when this place really used to get rocking. You had people standing in the corner of the gym. You had people standing on the runway up top. There wasn't a spot to be had, but I think the success of our streams may have impacted attendance a bit, as Mazer, the laser, knocks down the three.
He's a sharpshooter.
Timeout. AJ is going to tell you about Crazy Cheap Cars.
Crazy Cheap Cars, the ultimate in price and selection. Find your next vehicle at crazycheapcars.com. They carry the largest selection of over 150 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs of any dealer in the Genesee region. They need your trade-in, top dollar paid for their trade, so give them that call at 585-948-8000, or better yet, they'll see you right here. So a 25-point lead for the Batavia Blue Devils. Back to the action. Here, Attica will inbound underneath. In the half court.
Gorski, three. No good. Kynes fouled on the putback. It's really impressed me thus far, Blake Kynes.
Yeah, double-doubles in both games for Attica to start. So I think he's young as well, so he'll be a force at the varsity level for Attica for a few more years here.
Kynes off the mark, rebound to White. So a quick recap of some of the earlier action here this evening. Alexander, a 68-32 winner over Elba to advance to the small school title game. Kingston Woods returned from injury as a three ball from Aiden Coletto. Everybody knocking them down for Batavia tonight. Kingston Woods in his return from injury, 16 points. Austin Wakefield, 14 points. Dylan Pohl, 14 points. And that allowed Alexander to punch its ticket to the small school title game. And another jumper from Coletto. And that's a travel. Notre Dame edged past Eugenio Maria de Hostos Charter School in the other small school preliminary matchup. And the final score of that one was 66 to 61, excuse me. And we do not have a game report from that game. We'll update you if and when we do receive it.
Coach or Prone's usually a guarantee, but knock on wood.
Nothing's for certain in this business, AJ. You're right, though. Typically good in sending his information. I'm guessing he might be listening now. I don't see him here. Better get on that, Coach. Copper on the rebound. No good. Kynes ends the possession for Batavia. Jumper, Kynes, no good. Gorski tried the putback, no good. Tried again, no good. Then now here comes Coletto. Little razzle-dazzle. Joya inside for Hemmer, and he traveled. If you're Hemmer there, you want to drop step the other way and open your body to the basket, but went the wrong way and resulted in a travel. Here's Mazer. Brady Mazer goes crashing down, and now he'll head to the line. Be sure to check out thedailynewsonline.com immediately following this game for a complete recap of this evening's action. .30 lead for Batavia. Stolen away by Hemmer. And in. Hemmer, the son of former Canisius girls basketball coach, that's Canisius College girls basketball coach, Scott Hemmer, who's on the bench with the Blue Devils tonight. Also on the bench, Tim Stevens and Notre Dame alumnus David Pirro, Jr.
You know your people, man.
But Dave coming over to the dark side, Batavia and Notre Dame, and cross-city rivalry for years. Dave was a strong player in his day for the Irish. His brother Jeff, also a strong player, helped lead Notre Dame to that state championship I mentioned earlier when we were discussing Jeff Weaver of Notre Dame Hall of Fame fame. 2 shots coming up for Attica. It already died. Scoreboard might be out of whack for these next 4 seconds. Our computer shut off on us. We'll get that rebooted. Three and a half seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1. And that'll do it for the first half here from GCC. Batavia leads at 45-13. We'll be back with the second half of action. And here, a performance by the Batavia cheerleading squad. And there are the Batavia cheerleaders. All right, we're back here at GCC, the start of the second half. Batavia well out in front of Attica. It's a 32-point lead for the Blue Devils. And a 3-ball from Casey Mazer. Continues his strong performance here tonight. So here's Attica back to work offensively. Gorski. Defensive foul, count the basket. And Gorski makes it a 3-point play. Nice move and finish there from Gorski. Brady Mazer can't get the finish inside. Goes back to Attica. And an inside finish for Justin Stockweather. Nice play for the Blue Devils there. Gorski from the short corner, no good. Out of bounds, off Attica. Carter Mullen is fouled. He's going to head to the line for 2. Looks like Kynes got hit in the face. He's been sent to the sideline. Free throw off the mark. Mullen lays it in. And a timeout. No, delayed game called on Batavia. Banks it in, does Gorski. Bank is open at GCC. And Gorski, the first customer in this one. Reverse layup. Gavin White, as Attica fails to get back on defense. And that's going to result in a timeout called by Coach Crowley. It's one thing if you're undermanned. It's another thing to not give full effort. You got to get back on defense. And they didn't there. This game brought to you by Crazy Cheap Cars, our timeout sponsor. The ultimate in price and selection. CrazyCheapCars.com, 585-948-8000. Back to action here at GCC as I struggle to get the ad off the screen. Brady Mazer stops and pops. Gorski down the lane, up. Banks it in. Nice finish from Gorski, heating up here in the third. Foul on Isaac Varland. Once again, we'd like to thank Crazy Cheap Cars. Also, Zoom Total Fitness, open 24 hours, 7 days a week. ZoomTotalFitness.com, all new equipment, super clean facility as Gorski completes the three-point play. Justin Smith, the rebound, and the putback through the contact. This game also brought to you by Hans Moeller Jewelers. Hans Moeller Jewelers, their specialty is custom-made bridal and special occasion jewelry, as well as maintaining a large inventory of pre-made fashion jewelry and everyday gifts. Their goal is to provide heirloom quality jewelry and exceptional service while keeping prices at an affordable level. Visit Hans Moeller Jewelers, located in Attica, or call today, 585-591-1440. That's Hans Moeller Jewelers. Does she want a bigger diamond? Do you want a bigger truck? HansMoellerJewelers.com. Joya into the corner. White, three. No good, off the back iron. And the rebound and the putback for White. Gorski forces it up and he's fouled. So we mentioned earlier that Notre Dame and Alexander will meet in the small school title game. The winner of this one will meet Leroy. For Notre Dame in their 66-61 win over Eugenio Maria de Hostos, Mikkel Walker, a dominant performance, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 6 steals. Aiden Bellavia, also a double-double, 12 points and 10 rebounds, while Chase Antonor, 6 points and 11 rebounds. So a nice win for the Irish. They'll meet up with the Trojans. Carter Mullen stops and pops. Big Bills game coming up on Sunday, taking on the New York Jets. The Bills can lock up the 2 seed with a victory, as a nice jumper from the short corner from Stockweather. He's had himself a nice second half. Gorski in transition has it knocked away out of bounds. Kynes lays it in. Much better second half than first half for the Attica Blue Devils, but they continue to struggle to get back on defense, and Gavin White does a nice job leaking out. Those are easy buckets for Gavin White. 3 ball off the mark from Joshua Deal. Checking into the game now, Logan Albano, as Isaac Herman, who had checked in, will take a break. Mazer to White. Ran right through Kynes. That's an offensive foul. White takes it away. Justin Smith is fouled. Something tells me Justin Smith does not want to leave this gymnasium without throwing down a dunk here tonight. Makes the free throw, does Smith. Two for two. Great time of year. Not only the Lions Club, but the holidays as well. New Year's coming up. Gorski can't make the lay-in. White collects the rebound. New Year's resolutions begin to be thought about in the coming days, and I've been thinking a lot about my New Year's resolution and thinking about starting hot yoga. I think that's going to be my resolution for 2025. Gorski makes the first. And the second. Nice lane from Stockweather. He continues his strong second half. If anyone's wondering where AJ went, he actually fell down the laundry chute here at GCC. He's nowhere to be found. MIA, AJ Cybulski. Count it, Stockweather. He's red hot. Wholesale substitutions for the Blue Devils with 1:08 remaining in the third quarter. Justin Stockweather for three. Also, can't forget about the Sabres. They are red hot. Somebody call the fire department. 2 wins in a row now for Buffalo after a 13-game losing streak. Hey, if they rip 13 in a row off, it'll be like that losing streak never happened. Playing some Lindy puck in recent games are the Sabres. And Stockweather once again. He's really been the spark for Attica here tonight. Very impressed by his play. Three ball, Hemmer, no good. Copper on the rebound. Nice move from Joya and a nice feed to Copper. Great play created by Ty Joya. Time winding down in the third. 30-point lead for Batavia. Gorski fadeaway, no good. Albano tried the putback, couldn't get it to go. We've reached the fourth quarter of play. It is 68-38, as I had the wrong score on the board. 68-38. Once again, this game brought to you in part by GCC and Crazy Cheap Cars. Also, Zoom Total Fitness. Fitness for all levels. The beauty of Zoom Total Fitness is everything they offer, including personal training, cross-training, bodybuilding, powerlifting, and yoga. 24/7 access with only $35 per month in membership fees. New equipment in a super clean facility. Training classes, infrared sauna, and more. 585-861-8995. Told you about GCC. Also, Hans Moeller Jewelers. Their specialty is custom-made bridal and special occasion jewelry, as well as maintaining a large inventory of pre-made fashion jewelry and everyday gifts. Their goal is to provide heirloom quality jewelry and exceptional service while keeping prices at an affordable level. Visit Hans Moeller Jewelers located in Attica or call today 585-591-1440. Fourth quarter of play. Jump the gun on starting the clock. I'll let 4 seconds wind off here. And here we go. 30-point lead for Batavia. Kynes can't get the handle. Saves it. 3 ball. Short. And a foul underneath. Taken away by Batavia. Martinez, good patience. He's had a nice game. Doesn't get a lot of minutes typically, but in a game that is well in hand, seeing some here tonight, and he's taking full advantage, and rebound there for Martinez. Very impressed by his level of play here this evening. Joya feeds it to Copper. Those two have really combined for some nice plays here in the fourth. Three ball, Ty Joya. What a fourth quarter for him. Son of DJ Frank Joya. Kynes. Joya in the lane, kicks it to Hemmer, three, no good. Travel. Aiden Coletto into the game. I do apologize. I missed that basket, was looking at my stat sheet. But a basket for Attica nonetheless. Kynes. Martinez hits the deck. And I left the clock running. We got an APB out for AJ, but no APB out for Adrian Martinez. He knocks down another three, and it's 78-46. Timeout called. No, officials timeout to fix the net. Once again, this game brought to you by Genesee Community College. Are you looking to kickstart your career in health and physical education? Look no further than GCC. Whether you dream of teaching, coaching, personal training, or sports management, GCC has the programs to prepare you for jobs that are in high demand. Take advantage of a high-quality curriculum, excellent faculty, experiential learning, and great facilities. Join them at GCC and be the game changer you've always wanted to be. Foul called. And a timeout called by Attica. This timeout brought to you by Crazy Cheap Cars. Crazy Cheap Cars is the ultimate in price and selection. Find your next vehicle at crazycheapcars.com, where they carry the largest selection of over 150 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs of any dealer in the Genesee region. At Crazy Cheap Cars, they need your trade-in and pay top dollar for your trade. So give them a call at 585-948-8000, or better yet, we'll see you right here. Back to action. Final 3:54 of this first round Pete ARRAS Memorial matchup. Martinez! That's his third three of the game. He's got a nice stroke. Martinez! He's on fire! Three-pointer for Carter Gorski. AJ with the assist on that one. He's finally made his way out of the laundry chute. Hemmer. And I shorted Attica a couple of points. My apologies. 86-51 now. Martinez with flames coming from his fingertips, but he turns it over. Nice hustle from Hemmer, and he rejects Albano at the rim. Kynes off glass, no good. Who else but Adrian Martinez on the rebound? Bounced into Hemmer, out to Martinez, over to Joya, who traveled. Kynes. Final minute of play here in our nightcap. It will be Batavia and Leroy in the large school bracket. It will be Alexander and Notre Dame in the small school bracket. Championship games on Monday night. Tune in on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. First game at 6 o'clock 6:30. Second game at 8:30. 3-ball, Aiden Coletto. So 6:30 and 8:30 on Monday. And an inside finish for Isaac Herman. That's going to do it here from GCC. Alex Brasky for AJ Cybulski. Thank you for joining us all evening long. Batavia with a 34-point win here in the nightcap. That'll do it. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.